How much success can states' lawsuits against DOGE help to succeed? The federal government has been a strong source of stability in the United States for decades. However, some voters see this strength as controlling and a waste of taxpayers' money. In response to this, the government initiative known as DOGE, led by business leader Elon Musk, has been created by President Donald Trump to curb this spending. There are many more infringements of the Constitution. There have been many infringements of the Constitution caused by DOGE in its short lifespan. To start on the infringements, Elon Musk, a businessman, has had temporary access to taxpayer information. People are concerned with this because, as it's well known, businesses like to collect data. Musk himself is the owner of Twitter, and as we all know, social media platforms often collect people's data and use that for advertising. If he was able to somehow get access to that, there is a large conflict of interest. He would be able to use that taxpayer information and be able to advertise to people specifically. And it's just another way to invade people's privacy. And people have been upset with his ability to do so. Second, DOGE has asked Trump to shut down U.S. aid. U.S. aid is a program that millions of people rely on for, or have relied on, for basic living needs. Many things like food stamps come out of there, and also some international aid goes through there. People's lives depend on this organization. And while it's supposed to be a congressional decision, seeing as the spending for USAID has been set by Congress, Donald Trump has essentially made it impossible for USAID to function because he has lowered the employment of the organization from 14,000 to 300 people, which means that now USAID is not able to do its job correctly, and it has been effectively shut down without constitutional approval. And so people have been, that has been a massive infringement on the checks and balances. And third, there's been many federal filings from coming out of the Department of Government Efficiency that people see as morally incorrect. What is it? There was a buyout for the continuation of wages and benefits until September 1st, and the threat was if you do not take this now, there will be a large culling of government agencies, and you may not get anything at all. 75,000 employees have taken this buyout offer, lowering the amount of people working for the government by a large margin. And people are unsure of whether or not those wages will even be able to get to people because Congress has not set aside those funds. Again, that offer should have been set aside by Congress, and the taxes should have been raised by Congress. But Donald Trump has given people this offer anyway with the backing of DOGE and Elon Musk. So there has been a bit of recourse from this, and the first one is those states' lawsuit. 14 states have filed a lawsuit against the federal government claiming on two bases. First is the fact that the Constitution says there's a rule of law over rule of man. Quote from this official statement from the state of New Mexico: "There is no office in the United States other than the president with the full power of the executive branch and the sweeping authority now vested in a single, unelected, and unconfirmed individual that is the antithetical to the nation's entire constitutional structure. The idea is the rule of law established by Congress is supposed to be more fair than anything that one man can do. With the election of Donald Trump, he has put a man that is not elected into office with the power to essentially upend entire departments of the government. And they're claiming that is unconstitutional. And the second part is the appointment clause. Quote, the general attorney argues that Trump violated the appointment clause of the Constitution by creating DOGE, an unofficial government agency, without congressional approval and granting Musk sweeping powers without seeking the advice or consent of the Senate through a confirmation hearing. That comes from NBC News. So essentially, the appointment clause says that the Senate gets to decide how much the government is going to spend and how it will be obtained, usually through taxes or through borrowing. Donald Trump, through his election, has put somebody in power through none of that, and without the official creation of a government agency to do so. And that is incredibly unconstitutional. And in a more recent suit, this is a second unrelated thing. A suit brought, it's related, but it's not the same suit. A suit brought by 19 Democratic attorneys, attorneys generals, a federal filing in New York on Friday night, and a preliminary injunction blocked the U.S. DOGE services from accessing the U.S. Treasury payment systems. So, as you can see, we are already seeing success with lawsuits against DOGE on the basis of it being unconstitutional. And is because of these reasons, these obvious infringements of the Constitution, and the recent success of cases against DOGE, that I believe that the state suits against DOGE will be successful and will achieve the disposition of Musk from his unique position in the U.S. government. Thank you.